السلام عليكم. welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition. ده الإنسان. A young girl Mercy from Somalia in Djibouti. Causing of the train of young people from Obo in the hotel business in South. For international scene, one everywhere, everyone to limit the impact of invading disaster of climate change. As part of the close fraternal relation between the Republic of Djibouti and the Federal Republic of Somalia, a group of members of the Noble Grand Arabic Legacy Wednesday in Djibouti. In this group was received at the General's Hotel located in the Hambile district. The ambassador of the Republic of Somalia in Djibouti, Mr. Salad Ali Gili, who welcomed them and wished them a pleasant stay in their country, Djibouti, during the pleasant month of Ramadan. Those who memorize will study the Holy Book of God, taking turn in reading of the Quran at the rate of our 4 parts of per day. It should be noted that the month of the Ramadan, which is preferred to all other months of years, is month of the Holy Quran and participated in God.
ولا سكرنا ولا قال رب المطر بركة الله نسيب آمين يا رب يوربيو عقبات إذا ما الله فاتحة آمين فاتحة عشان.
So the Somali ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Salad Ali Jalil, welcomed this brilliant group of Hafiz al-Hakim who came from the Republic of Somalia to lead the school of the Holy Quran here in Djibouti throughout the month of Ramadan. He stressed that this move, which is the first of the kind, reflects a brotherly relation and joint cooperation existing between Djibouti and Somalia, and it's aligned with the service of the book of Almighty God. The Somali diplomat in Djibouti praised the tireless effort made by the President of the Republic, Mr. Usman Mangele, in the trial of the service of the Holy Quran and the honor of his people, who are the people of God and his own, stressing that the arrival of this group of Somali memorizers is part of this contest. In the Equator, I docket here a tutorial multi-purpose pier with a vehicle on par. A pier manager Musa Gida said that the Equator ISO was docked with a 277 transshipment vehicle on par pond for Europe. A transshipment is the movement of goods from the serving dock to the shipping dock without passing through the storage area. It is a new level for creating value for companies in the transport of logistics sectors. The Director General of the Rehabilitation Center for Basic Education to Joyce Umar Giri, Julie Ahmad Misa Aisha Farah Alerta, in cooperation with the agency of the University to the Francophone Language Training course on evaluation and certification for university. The course is part of the learning program held from 20 to 23 March 2023, where it's facilitated by an expert from the Agency of the Francophone University, Dr. Ibrahima Seko, and the National Expert Minister, Nasir Ahmed Adam. The organization of the training aims to consolidate the culture of the evaluation to develop a respiratory for the users of certificate, the various education bodies to train for engineering certificate and to the articulate the professional certificate to the professional project. 30 trainees of the Repetition Center for Basic Education to Umar Jalali participate in this training section in the presence of the Inspector of General Education. We have got a little bit of the magazine talking about inaugurating in 2017 by the President of the Republic, Ismail Margele. The port of Tajura is now a real lever for the economic development of the region. The port, which has a two pillars of 485 meter in length and 14 meter in the depth, and this is an area of the trade hedge.
A significant investment to enable the region of Tajura to take full advantage of its maritime potential and its ease of access to the Tigray region of Ethiopia, especially via the route corridor Tajura-Bal'o. Since the beginning of its operation, the region port of Tajura has received about 40 ships carrying mainly scrap metal and coal for the Ethiopian market. The last ship to leave the quay has just emptied its hold of over 50,000 tons of coal. The port's machinery has been working for a week to load the merchandise onto Ethiopian trucks and to meet the deadline. Drivers of the machinery and the transport trucks are working together. The teams take turns in the morning and evening because all must leave in a few days, and especially because the port's employees care about their performance in order to remain competitive. This is one of the aspects that Garad Ali, Director of Operation, looks after. He supervises the process of loading equipment in any other cargo.
Over the past 3 years, we have unloaded between 1,200,000 and 1,500,000 tons of coal at the port of Tajura. Also between 500 and 700,000 meters tons of scrap metal have passed through the port. The ship that unloads the coal stays in Tajura between 1,500 and 1,300 per day. This is the top performance. For example, when we unload around 6,000 and 6,500 per day, the delivery speaks. With the on trucks about 125 trucks per day. Having said that 5,000 tons delivered per day, it is great that it is a performance that is at the top also.
Nearly 120 tugboats are loaded every day. It is a meticulous process. A queue is organized for the trucks, control operations, handling equipment that loads, and finally the step of securing the goods. Each step employs young Tajurians, so more than 200 people are direct employees of the port and 180 others work as day laborers. They are from the Y City but also come from other localities in the region. This is the case of Aramis Kamil. He is in charge of the control of vehicle papers. Once he has checked that everything is up to standard, he authorizes access to the loading site, a job that has enabled him to get out of unemployment.
My job is to check documents. I make sure that the front and trailer registrations are correct, and above all that the access authorizations are in order, and finally I check what the truck is going to transport. After I left school, I did some odd jobs as a guide, but I find that this job is better anyway. You still have to work. I was unemployed before I came to work here. We don't complain. This job allows us to earn money. Many of us here are employees of the port, and we thank the President of the Republic for that. When I returned to the country after my studies, I quickly found this job in my region.
In Tajura, when a ship docks, it is all the small commercial activities that are boiling. We quickly feel the dynamism that there is around the port operations. Consumption becomes more important in the city. The means of transport, and especially the tuk-tuk, are used a lot between the port and the center. Stalls are selling more items, and some shopkeepers have even increased their stocks of products. Today in Tajura, there is no longer any need to confirm that there is a close connection between the port and economic development, since port activities here create jobs that generate income and thus contribute to increasing purchasing power. For Habiba, an owner of a stall, said that when there are activities in the port, they are also working. The two activities are linked. We are not the only ones to benefit, she said, and hope also for the young people. In just a few short years, the war has already had an impact on the lives of the inhabitants, creating both direct employment opportunities and rural activities. The long-term objective is to increase production, which is what the government is rightly looking for, because more activities at the poor are synonymous with better development prospects.
So, the Director General of Technical and Education and Vocational Training, Abdelkader Ahmed, sponsored a ceremony devoted to the region of Apache who benefited from an introductory course related to the file of the hotel trade, especially in the file of cooking and catering at the Sectoral Training Center for the Hotel and Tourism, as well as Hotel Sani Uhile in the region of Arta. The event took place in the presence of the Governor of Arta Governorate, Mr. Mohammed Sheiko, and the Chairman of the Regional Council of each of the region Arta, and Mr. Ilmi Bouhe Jude Ude, and Muhammad Hamad Ismail, Senior Official of the General Administration of the Technical Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Skiti Vaskustola, Training Center in the file of Hospitality and Hotel Management Tourism jobs. About 20-year Yankee graduate of Epich High School and holders of a cave of and pay benefit from this training in the file of cooking and catering. In his speech, the head of the Regional Council of the region of Abek, Muhammad Hamad Ismail, expressed his sincere thanks to the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, which has helped to provide this training for the benefit of young people in the region of Abeke. In turn, the governor of Arta, Mr. Muhammad Sheiko Hassan, congratulated the young beneficiaries of the training and encouraged them to make the most of this training in terms of employability through the experience of vocational training course and continuous training in the workplace. So also, we have also the speech of the Director General of Technical Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Abdul Kader Hamad, congratulated the beneficiary of this training who have shown seriousness and diligence to make the most of this training. He stressed that the public administration is ready to provide the student with training, all the training on the matter according to the needs expressed by local and regional authority. He particularly thanked the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, who allowed the holding of this training, which is part of the vision of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Muhammad Gele, to train young people and integrate them into professional sector. Since the launch of the awareness workshop on supporting parents in the pursuit of education of their children and promotion of reading set up by the National Education Union of Jewish Women and Reading Festival was organized in Dikil for students of four basic schools. The head of the Regional Council, Mr. Mahad Hussein Umar, the coordinator of the program, Mr. Abdullah Umar, the representative of the Governorate and the Education Inspectors of the Minister of Education of Dekil, which participate in this festival. During this festival, many activities were presented by students accompanied by their parents and tutors in terms of National Union of Women in Djibouti, led by the coordinator of the program. So, emphasis also placed on follow-up and support of parents to improve the result of the educational process. The Egyptian Federation of Taekwondo was organized in close collaboration with the World Taekwondo Federation and with the financial support of the Olympic and Sport Committee. A training Sandor, supervised by Professor Kim Donche, organized event to praise the first stage of this game essentially and constitutes social commitment of the sports curriculum for particular and material arts, not especially Taekwondo. In this contest, the Jewish Federation of Taekwondo seeks to open a new orientation of this, inviting him to be the highest leader of the Taekwondo in the East African region to contribute to raise the level of the Taekwondo in Djibouti as a first step and development strategy opportunities and achievement over the next 5 years, and has acquired the skills of group of young practitioners of Tokyo enrolled in different schools. For their part, the leader of the union and in welcome this initiative expressed their gratitude for this spur for his sincere and honorable efforts, stressing that the existence of such experience in the country will allow to go to Djibouti to live in a new experience. And for the international scene, UN seeks earlier a warning system for natural disaster, while increasing in weather-related extreme weather events seems inevitable and floods, drought, and snow. The implementation of earthquake warning system could at least limit the casualty and damage even in the remote area. That's it for this edition. Thanks for attention. A wonderful evening.